Good morning. Welcome in. It's the Martin Morning Report. It is a Monday, January 27th, and it's time for the Martin Morning Report. We're brought to you by Clarinda Regional Health Center, advancing exceptional care by providing quality care.
What? Close to home.
Close to home. I mean, don't you know this line by now, young man? Just because you're going to practice 4,000 times per week in the morning and you haven't been on the show for a while doesn't mean you have to forget about Clarinda Regional Health Center. By the way, we're going to start number one, and we're going to tell you all about the TNT Ford explosive performance of the day, and we're going to talk John Jay. Yes, the John J. Harris Invitational. You are the explosive performance of the day from Saturday because you're just John Jay. You are what you are. 70 years of this stuff. Trojans of Atlantic win it. They scored 220 points. They had 4 champs, 5 finalists, 6 top 3 finishers, 11 medalists for their first John Jay title since 2019, their 8th in program history. Trojan titles came from Keaton, Schrader, also Colin Harris, Aiden Smith, and Calvin Hayes. Riverside was the next KMA land team. In 3rd place, Bulldogs had one champion, AC Roller, whose brothers were champs, or was a John Jay champ. His dad was a John Jay champ, and now he is a John Jay champ. Actually, you know what? I got this. His dad, Chase, his brothers, Drake and Kale, also John Jay champs. Shenandoah claimed 5th. They had title championship wins from Shenandoah champs were who? I told you this.
Oh.
I prepared you for this.
Jacob McGargle and Jaden Diggers.
That's right. That's correct. Those two were champions. Also, Nottoway Valley Jr. Ashton Hunnell continued his dominant season with another strong tournament. He wins after 3 years of trying and not nearly getting there. Mount Air's Brock Sheahay did it as well as he won the 120-pound championship. Lennox also had 2 champs right in a row there, Dylan Stein and Chase England. On to number 2, but first, reminder, TNT Ford Red Oak, TNTFord.com. Check them out right now. Right now, go! All right, number 2, Lewis Central and Logan Magnolia Woodbine girls won wrestling championships over the weekend. The Lewis Central girls won the Atlantic Invite, led by champions of A.S. Smith, Emerson Gray, Cassidy Fiala, and Caitlin Jo Westerfield. Have a great time. Love you like a brother or a son. Love you like a son. All right, onward we go. SWAT, number 3. They're at Atlantic, and their champions were Stella Beatty and Ellen Gerlach. Clarinda's Lily Weinreich, a champion. Also champion was Macy Rasmussen of Audubon, who's our latest Jim Hughes Real Estate KMA Land Female Athlete of the Week. Ellie Johnson of AL, also a champion. Logan Magnolia Woodbine won at Omaha Burke. They win the championship there with 212 points, and champion Sophie Joyce, Jordan Buffum, Tegan Carrott, Katie Schaefer. Also Hinton, Sergeant Bluff, Luton Blackhawk tournament saw championships for 2 area wrestlers, Jocelyn Buffum of Missouri Valley and Chloe Eliesa of Sioux City North. Midland Empire Conference, Ariana Bartlett, a champion for Maryville. Weeping Waters, where Jocelyn Prado and Alejandra Reyes of Johnson County Central won championships this past weekend. And then the Nebraska Capital Conference Tournament, Maggie Feeney and Allie Jo Inzaro of Conestoga were champs there, as Conestoga was the runner-up, and then Peyton Teal and Catalina Jones of Louisville also champions. On to number 3, more boys wrestling around the area. Weston Porter of Lewis Central goes in to the Ed Winger and leaves with the championship belt. He wins his bracket. Also, Lucas Bose, a nice win from Underwood. He was the Interstate 35 tournament. 08BCIG hosted a tournament this weekend as well. And Aiden McRoberts and Xavier Ellington of Sergeant Bluff Luton leave with championships. The Warriors finished 2nd there. Logan Magnolia won at Belle Plaine. They win the team championship. Crosby Yoder, Max Winger, Corbin Rice, and Tyson Jenkins all were champs. Coon Rapids Bayard and AHSTW were at Ogden. CRB got Johnny Cortez, Ethan Bauer, and Trainer Coes as champs. AHSTW's Henry Lund was a champion as well. Lathrop Invitational saw Albany land a title from Remington Miller. And then in the MEC tournament, Savannah had champions Deegan Pasley and Cooper Burnsides. Plattsmouth was 2nd at their home tournament. Odin Anschutz and Brendan Gang won titles there. The Nebraska Capital Conference tournament was won by Syracuse, and they got championships from Brock Goebel, Brock Bickford, Taryn Cox, Cy Peterson, Brody Brandt, and then Conestoga was 9th. They had 2 champs, Colin Dufault and James Steiner. Number 4, girls hoops from Saturday. Diagonal and Seymour moved on in the Bluegrass Conference tournament. Harlan got a win in non-conference play. Carroll handed St. Albert their first loss of the season. Central Decatur, Exira EHK, Auburn, Elmwood, Murdoch, Johnson County Central, and Plattsmouth were winners as well. And then the Frontier Tournament, Heartland Christian was a winner. Individual leaders, Harley Lubin of Johnson County Central scored 28. Brooke Larson of Lewis Central, 27. Taryn Peterson of Exira Elkhorn Kimballton had 25. Grace Albertson of Harlan, a double-double, 18 and 13. Bregan Lindsay of Central Decatur, Mila Weirbein of Plattsmouth, 18 points each. Brooklyn Mans of Elmwood Murdoch, 17 points. And then Grace Steinmetz of Heartland Christian also had a double-double with 11 points and 11 boards. Moving on to some boys hoops at number 5. Bedford is your corner conference champion, not for the first time, but for the first time since they came back. Well, it was their first try since they came back to the conference, and they are, again, your corner champs. Stanton falls to Sydney in the third place matchup there in the Bluegrass Conference Tournament. Twin Cedars and Twin Cedars and Twin Cedars was a winner over Melcher Dallas. Also in non-conference play, Glenwood, Kemper, St. Albert, and Underwood were all winners there as well. In Nebraska, Auburn, Johnson County Central, and Syracuse were victorious. Individual leaders, Aiden Schmidt, 34 points for Elmwood Murdoch on Saturday. Aiden Gibson, 31 points for Glenwood. Johnson County Central's no more Aidens, but Keegan Jones, 30 points there. Also 26 points for Will Jansen of Syracuse, 21 for Nolan Baker of Underwood. Central Decatur's Natch Dykes and Plattsmouth's Trayson Skalberg, 18 points each. Cal Peterman of Bedford had 17 points. If he had 18, he would have 1,000, but he'll get it later on tonight on KMA 960. Michael Hensley and Braden Godfrey of Sydney both scored 17 apiece. And then Holden Roberts of Twin Cedars, 15 points, 14 boards, 4 steals, and 3 assists, and a win for the Sabres and a win for you because you're done hearing me talk. Thanks a lot for tuning in on the Martin Morning Report. And we're brought to you by Clarinda Regional Health Center, advancing exceptional care by providing quality care close to home. Now, if you replay and review this Martin Morning report, hopefully, unlike the NFL, you get it right when you review it. But I hope you also have a fine day. We'll talk with you in 24 hours.